All right, listen, I'm going to admit this right at the beginning here. I'm not a big country music fan. You know, I like classic rock, maybe some show tunes. I mean, I used to work on Broadway. I like musicals, so sue me. That said, there's a country music song right now that is absolutely dominating the American political conversation and the cultural conversation. It's by Jason Aldean, and here's a little bit of it.
Sidewalk, carjacking old lady at a red light, pull a gun on the owner of a liquor store. You think it's cool, act a fool if you like, cuss out a cop, spit in his face, stomp on the flag and light it up. Yeah, you think you're tough, well try that in a small town.
There you go. Try that in a small town. Obviously, the imagery there shows the protests of the last couple of years, led by Antifa, Black Lives Matter's destruction of American cities. And he says, try that in a small town. And that message is resonating with a lot of Americans who like his music and very much like the message. So, of course, CMT, the country music television station, has banned the song from the airways. Joining us right now to discuss that is Greg Price, who's been following this story. And first of all, clearly you're a Jason Aldean fan. You like this song.
Yeah, it's a great song, and I'm not convinced that the people who are angry about it are living in the same reality as the rest of us. They're saying that what he's singing about is racist and pro-lynching. It's like, what part was racist about it? The part where crimes are bad, that carjacking old ladies at red lights, you know, are things people shouldn't do and wouldn't fly in areas that actually respect law and order. In order to actually make the argument that that is racist, you have to imply that it's black people who do those things, which would make you yourself the racist. So it's completely ridiculous. He then in the second verse sings about how, you know, politicians out there want to take away people's guns and criminalize self-defense. I mean, yeah, that's obviously true, and they're very mad about that as well. And so, like, the backlash is totally insane. CMT, you know, caving to the woke mob is even crazier. And like, you know, Larry, clearly we have way too many conservatives in the music industry, prominent people who espouse conservative views, that, you know, we have too many of those, and they need to go away.
Exactly.
It's a real systemic problem.
It really is a problem really there. You know, we conservatives are dominating all the Hollywood movies, TV shows, the music industry. We've had our way for too long, Greg. It's about time they drew the line somewhere.
And that's, at the end of the day, why they're so mad. It's not that anything they're saying is true. It's not. They're mad that Jason Aldean would be a person of prominence in the music industry that would dare call out the political left on their bullshit, would dare speak up against the riots that occurred in this country in the summer of 2020 that the left likes to pretend wouldn't exist, call them out for their anti-Second Amendment agenda. That's right. That's the real reason they're angry. And in order to be outraged about this, they have to just, at the end of the day, completely lie about everything Jason Aldean said.
It's an incredibly important point you make there, Greg, because, you know, as we saw our cities burning, as we saw this atrocious behavior, by the way, let's not forget, it was at the same time we were told to get locked down in our house. We couldn't go to work and we couldn't send our kids to school, but you can go out and protest and burn your city down, and that's lionized and celebrated. There was not one voice in our popular culture that would actually speak out and say, oh no, this is wrong. So now you've got that voice. Here's the problem, though, and I think a lot of people are concerned about this. You would think that CMT would be a safe space here for this kind of message. What's going on over at the cable network that they bowed to a couple of voices on social media and actually removed this song from the playlist?
Well, CMT has gone woke. They've been going woke for a pretty long time. You know, at their last award ceremony, they had, I think it was Kelsey Ballerini, bring out a drag show on stage, and they didn't even have any of the most prominent members or figures in country music attending. And so they've gone woke in the same way that the rest of, you know, the corporate side of the music industry and other genres have gone woke. And that's exactly why they've now taken this off, because, you know, they don't respond to what their customers want. And, you know, the people who listen to Jason Aldean and the people who listen to country music at large are overwhelmingly conservative and agree with the song. You know, the corporate side of the music industry responds to whatever trends are happening on social media and whatever meets the interest of the corporation. It's not about what the customers want. We're seeing an extension of that here.
Well, if anybody's wondering whether Mr. Aldean might bow under pressure from the record labels, from CMT, from the corporate part of the music world, take a look at his wife's Instagram, Brittany Aldean, a lovely woman. She posted this picture of the two of them with the message. You can see it says, "Never apologize for speaking the truth. Love us." That tells you that they're apologize for what, as Andrew Breitbart would say.
Yeah, absolutely. He didn't back down at all. He obviously had that tweet that he tweeted as well, defending the song and calling out the people lying about him. Jason Aldean has never shied away from his political views. He's posted videos of himself golfing with Donald Trump. He's never been afraid to be an outspoken conservative and a person of prominence in American culture, and has been for decades at this point. And good for him for doing that. We need a little bit more courage. People of like kind of the cultural elite of the art institutions in this country have a little more courage to speak up for what's right. Yeah. And props to Jason Aldean for doing that. Now, I'll be seeing him next Thursday when he comes to town. Is
this your really sleazy way of getting some sort of invite for a backstage pass or something? Are you?
I don't know if he watches. I don't know if he watches your show, Larry. But if he does, that would be awesome. I'll take him up on it.
Absolutely shameless. Well, listen. When I was your age, Greg, and the record labels or the radio stations or MTV or something, when they decided they weren't going to play a song, that would kill that artist's chances. But now, in the world we're living in, the digital age where people can just go direct to the artist and buy the music that they want and listen to music they want, it's a very different world. And take a look at the charts right now. I believe this is from Apple Music. #1 song, Try That in a Small Town. And I don't think it was #1, Greg, before this controversy. So in a way, CMT is helping Jason with this song.
Yeah, it's the Barbra Streisand effect working full order right here. And what's funny is the song came out in May. It's been out for 2 months already.
Really?
And yet it just became a controversy over the weekend. And yeah, now it's gone to #1. And we see this all the time. They tried to cancel Morgan Wallen too after his neighbor filmed him saying a racial slur while he was drunk that he apologized for. And his album that he had just released before that incident happened went on to become the best-selling album in all of 2021. Like, this happens all the time when people are canceled. That's where all the eyeballs end up going. Yep. And since, as you said, in the age of where music is dominated by streaming and where social media plays a huge role in whether songs go viral or not, the people who do the canceling really don't have as much power as they think they do.
That's right.
And that's exactly what that's exactly what we see. Like,
no more gatekeepers.
Song going to #1.
No more gatekeepers. That's why we do streaming news here on Salem News Channel, so people can go direct to us rather than having to worry about the gatekeepers in big media. Greg, great stuff. By the way, our mutual friend and my colleague here at Town Hall, Kevin McMahon, says that you're absolutely right about this, except for one thing: he doesn't think it's a very good song.
Yeah, well, Kevin. I don't think Kevin's taste in music is more fine-tuned as mine is. That's what I would respond to that.
Fine-tuned. All right, good to know. I just did that because he helps videos at Town Hall go viral, so maybe he'll grab that and just send it on its way. Thanks, Greg. Great stuff. There's more to come on O'Connor Tonight.